Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. I'm here with a mixed media background that I had originally created for a layout, and I had some questions about it. I posted the layout online in a couple of Facebook groups. I had some questions about it, and so I wanted to go ahead and recreate the background. I'm not creating the entire layout today, just the background portion of it. And I am using Recollections. It's like a creamy color linen textured paper. It's super thin, and I am putting a good coating of some Art Basics clear gesso from Prima on it. And the reason I'm using clear is because my background paper is not white, and I didn't want the white to show. I do use white on occasion when I want to blur out the background a little bit, but in this case I didn't want the white showing up, because the cut file that I'm going to actually put on top of this layout has a lot of cream and pink in it, so I really wanted that softness and not the bright white look. When I use my heat gun, I like to use it from the front and the back of the paper. I feel like it dries the paper more thoroughly and consistently, so there's less warping and less wrinkling of your paper. I don't get the buckling effect as much if I do that. I'm using some Glimmer Mist from Tattered Angels, and the first one that I'm going to go ahead and use is the LED red, and it is in fact not red. It's a really bright pink. You'll see me spraying that in just a few moments here. I just want to make sure my paper's good and dry, and I like to make sure I have a really good coverage of the gesso, because if you don't, you'll end up with some lines where the gesso was not covering your paper thoroughly, and you'll see that here in just a few moments because I didn't get a great coverage in one area. So you saw me put the LED red. That was the first color. The second color I'm using is Creme de Rouge, and it's a soft pink that has a lot of silver in it. So I start just by spraying it, and then I want to make sure there's some splatters, so I just use the nozzle. I'm sure you've seen this done by a lot of people. It's very simple, and there, where I'm pointing is where I did not get coverage. You can see that straight line across there. It really bugs me when I don't get the coverage that I want. But in this case, I am not actually using this for the layout because the layout is actually already done. This is just a recreation. In my original one, I had the same problem, but it wasn't quite as much to the edge, and I was able to cover the area that I made the mistake or didn't get the coverage that I wanted with the cut file that I used. I ended up using a cut file from Paige Evans. It was, I believe, a free one on her Facebook group from several weeks ago, and there it is, all backed with several different pinks and greens and fuchsias. I originally I backed 5 of these. 4 of them went on a banner for my niece's baby shower, and this is the 5th one. I decided to go ahead and use it on a layout about my daughter from when she was little. So this was an extremely simple mixed media background, and if you have any questions about it, go ahead and leave me some comments down below, and I'll try and get back to you as quickly as possible. I have been away from my channel for a couple of weeks. My daughter was expecting and had her little boy 4 weeks early, so we've been a little wrapped up in that, and I'm hoping to get back to being regular pretty quickly here. I'm just showing you the papers that I used to back that cut file. I like to use papers that have a lot of different colors and tones in them, and that's what that is. So stick around here for the close-ups. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.